This is the G&G STP45 in Macaron Blue, and it's essentially identical to the recently released STP45 Pro, except of course in an entirely different colorway. Maybe it's the consequence of working at an airsoft shop and seeing many plain Jane black and silver pistols, but this one manages to scratch sort of a unique itch I didn't even know needed scratching. I'm not sure it's necessarily the gun for me, but I have to admit, I kind of really like it. In a catalog lineup of other pistols, this one might seem kind of like the weird, eccentric model that no one actually buys, maybe possibly marketed towards, I'm gonna say it, the girlfriends of airsoft players, but in the hands, it's kind of freaking cool. The semi-matte robin's egg / Tiffany blue color of the slide just seems so bizarre and out of place on an otherwise quote-unquote serious gun. It comes in a matching blue hard case, which I think is a nice touch over just using the standard black case. These hard cases might seem a little bit frivolous, but I certainly wouldn't mind more companies making custom fit hard cases over plain, sometimes flimsy cardboard boxes. Color matching on that blue is pretty good, with all the polymer being an identical shade of blue. However, the Cerakote on the CNC metal slide is definitely a lighter shade, but passing around the store, we all kind of agree it actually looks really good with a subtle shift in color. It's a smooth matte finish that feels really good to the touch. To complement that blue color, G&G went with a matte silver finish throughout the midframe and all of the controls. Everything from the slide release to the safety, the trigger, and even down to the grip screws is perfectly color matched. The outer barrel has a chrome polished finish, a stark contrast over the matte silver pieces, but I'm glad they didn't overdo the chrome as it can look cheap in a hurry. I do think that shiny silver peeking out of the slide cuts and the ejection port does look pretty sharp. A nice example of extra attention to detail is that even the feed lips are color matched blue. The magazine has a polished chrome finish to match that barrel with blue base plate and feed lips. They could have easily thrown in a standard black magazine, but this is kind of extra in a good way. Iron sights are a single red fiber optic dot up front, but with a silver contrasting color instead of black. Maybe not quite as practical as that high contrast black, but certainly still usable. Looking at the trigger, you get the same adjustable over travel screw from factory, which is always welcome to see. Looking at that travel now, there's a millimeter of dead travel until tension starts ramping up. The wall is not the most distinct, but is very light. Over travel seems to be adjusted well out of the box, and after a light break, there's barely any over travel. Reset is where the tension began and offers a distinct click that's not the most obvious, but at least it's clean. Popping in a mag to cycle the gun, running with the standard CO2 magazine, she kicks hard. Fantastic sound as well, nice and meaty for a gas pistol. With a good over travel and reset, double taps were very easy and consistent. I really do enjoy these STP45 pistols. Aftermarket might be a little hit or miss, but the shooting dynamics are very nice out of the box. If you're eyeing G&G's new STP45s and you're a fan of this rather unique colorway, I don't think you can go wrong. Let us know what you think about this Macaron Blue. I'm Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Die or Smurf Vomit Special. Leave it in the comments. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.